Good evening, everybody. Today we are going to talk about something that is happening in our country. Some people say that these events are something bad, others say that it's something good. So let's analyze it and give our opinion about immigration.
For me, immigration is a movement of people and who have been forced to escape or free from their home or their usual place of residence. Migratory movements are as old as humanity. They are natural and common fact, and which can be observed in people who live in a search of a better quality of life and greater opportunities and better future. And these people are looking for a better life. In Honduras, male migration is greater than women migration.
Well, many causes can explain migration, from security and demographic issues to human rights violations, poverty, or climate change. People also migrate for love and education, in other words, for better well-being. In recent years, we have seen how the phenomenon of migration has increased with the formation of migratory caravans. This is the result of the lack of opportunities in their country of origin, for example, the lack of employment, security, education, health, even corruption. For this reason, migration is the result of a government misdirected by people who only seek their well-being and not that of the country. In my opinion, people would not put their lives at risk just because they want. There is always a cause or reason for them to decide to take an unknown path with many risks because if we look at the faces of the migrants, we can see sadness, worry, fear, and more when they go with their children. So it is difficult to leave a life behind and even your family. But life is not rosy and you have to get ahead anyway.
As Stephanie mentioned, migrants face many risks. As you know, security forces of countries like Guatemala and Mexico block their path and do all the possible to stop them. And when people try to attempt to force their way through, soldiers injure them while pushing them back. Also, there are many gangs and organized crime that kidnap migrants. I can't even imagine what things they do to migrants. In the best cases, migrants can find people who rob their money and stuff like that.
Hi guys. On the other hand, people can find opportunities outside. I mean, they can find a good job and earn enough money to improve their life quality and help their families. Besides, they can get family reunification plan, get out of violence, and what is better, they can improve their children's education. And finally, they can enjoy their new life, get wonderful experience, and as mentioned before, in countries like the United States, people earn the equivalent on their work. The minimum wage in this country is higher, and a lot of people to grow out economic gap.
Well, people can find opportunities, that's right, but I think that massive caravans can affect the economy of the country from which they are living out and the country when they are going to migrate. It's winning because they can contribute to the elevation of its economy and development. So immigration has some points in favor and not in favor. I wonder what is Honduran's government doing in order to help people who are following the caravans or are planning to make a new one.
Well, I've heard some advertisements talking about the risks people can find on the road. Besides that, the government is not planning strategies to help people who are unemployed. Actually, I watched that people who were affected by hurricanes are still living under bridges. I think people don't care about these advertisements because their necessities force them to leave Honduras.
Yeah, in my opinion, immigrating is not bad, but there are a lot of consequences doing this. Not all people have the fortune to get only good things. So, in my opinion, immigrating could be good in a legal way, but in a illegal way, it's not too good and don't have good consequences.
Okay, continue with the topic. According to the newspaper Le Monde, a call between extreme poverty and ultra-violence, more and more Honduras are choosing to flee their country, driving by the most extreme disappear. Uh, the government doesn't care if some people die during the caravana. Um, the family are very worried if they be safe or not, and the government don't care if they have food or they don't have food. In my personal opinion, one uncle he go 18 years there in the United States, and he don't advantage the time of there, and he didn't have my grandpa's, and then now that he is here, they don't have nothing because he don't advantage the time there. So I think that this is a very problematic in our country. There are many reasons. You say for the education, for the health. We need to change that, and maybe the government need to help more the people that are poor, and don't take for the army, don't give more money for the army, for the police. They don't need it. We need to Honduras change.
Well, it's a reality. We have many problems. But I think caravans of migrants going out is not the solution. And we need to work together to improve our country and be better as citizens and as a country.
That's all. Thanks for listening to us.